The all-new 2024 Mazda CX-90, a three-row SUV that many of us have been waiting on to be revealed, and now it has been revealed. Now we can talk about it. And please leave your thoughts below in the comment section. I'm very curious to see who the target buyer for this CX-90 is going to be, because although pricing has not been released yet, we can kind of go based on the Mazda CX-9 pricing. That particular SUV starts at $38,000 and it tops out at around 50 grand. And that's pretty much the same story with things like the Toyota Highlanders, the Kia Tellurides, assuming we're talking about MSRP here. And the CX-90, this is a premium product from Mazda. And it comes with some great all-new powertrain options, which we're going to go into more details on. So we can assume this CX-90, it's probably going to start at around 45 grand, maybe even 50 grand. And who knows, maybe even for a plug-in hybrid model, it could be even as high as $60,000. So I'm just very curious. This is not a luxury product, but it's still a humble Mazda. Do you have an issue paying a premium price for, let's be honest, a not so premium brand? I would like to hear your thoughts below in the comment section. But let's just go ahead and let's get started here. First thing I want to talk about is the exterior. Honestly, I don't know about you. I don't know if you caught on to this, but this just looks like, a BMW X7 knockoff. And that's not a bad thing, but it's just interesting how Hyundai and Kia and Genesis, they kind of stopped the whole copycatting thing. And now Mazda is, they're kind of latching onto those X7 vibes, and there's nothing wrong with that. The wheels look very similar to an X7. Obviously, some of the lines are different, but it's kind of capturing that essence. Comment below if you agree with that. The only styling thing that I don't really like regarding this new CX-90 is those headlights, the way it kind of blends in with that large chrome piece of the grille. Just something about that headlight, it's just a tad bit off-putting. But that's just my thoughts. Maybe in person it'll look a little bit better, but that's not really the most important thing here. Overall, it's a pretty sharp looking vehicle. And of course, it's a three-row SUV and it can seat up to 8 passengers, so that's pretty impressive right there. A lot of people in the past, they were complaining about how Mazdas tend to be one of the smaller vehicles in the class. Well, this looks like it's going to fix that. This is a pretty massive vehicle, but you don't want to hear about all that. You're more interested in that all-new 3.3 liter inline-six turbo engine. It's putting out 340 horsepower and 369 pounds-feet of torque, and this is going to be mated to a 48-volt mild hybrid battery system. It's a very similar drivetrain system to what we see in things like the BMW products, right? They use an inline-six engine in conjunction with a mild hybrid system, and Mazda is claiming that this engine is going to provide a upscale feeling and a smooth driving experience with engaging sounds and efficiency. And part of the reason for that is because they have also introduced a new 8-speed automatic transmission for the CX-90, and we can probably assume this new 8-speed is going to make it in all future Mazda products. There's nothing wrong with the 6-speed automatics. I like them very much. However, with this new 8-speed, we can assume that the highway MPG is most likely going to go up for pretty much all of the Mazda products if they do indeed adopt it, which I'm sure they will. Now, the other aspect about the CX-90 that many people are excited about is the fact that they have introduced their all-new plug-in hybrid system. The system is going to make 323 horsepower and 369 pounds-feet of torque, so less horsepower than the inline-six. However, it's that plug-in hybrid. It's got that 17.8 kilowatt high-capacity battery pack. They have not stated the official MPG numbers or even the official range for the plug-in hybrid models, but we can probably assume in the realm of 20 to 30 miles for these plug-in hybrid models, which is certainly great for city driving, but we'll wait and see until they truly unveil the specs and the details. Driving wise, I mean, there's literally no complaints with these Mazda cars. Mazda has been nailing the driving demeanor, the handling, ride quality, and refinement. They're very quiet cars, and I'm sure all of that is going to continue here for the CX-90, but one of the things that they've been touting for this new SUV is the fact that it is going to be sitting on the all-new large platform. That's what they're calling the new CX-90 chassis. It's going to be rear-wheel bias, but all-wheel drive is going to be standard with the CX-90. Another feature that they're talking about here is the Kinematic Posture Control, which was first debuted on the MX-5 Miata. It is a software feature that suppresses the body lift on tight corners to enhance the grip, and it allows all the occupants to maintain a natural posture. So whenever I say that an SUV product handles great, this is exactly what I'm referring to. It's when all the occupants remain neutral and balanced and they're not flipping all over the place when you take your everyday left-hand and right-hand turns. I'm very happy that Mazda has highlighted this here in this press release for the new CX-90. The interior space continues to be a high quality place to spend time. It looks good. I really appreciate it. The ergonomics seem to be good. Mazda has always done a great job with this. I mean, Mazda has always been crushing it, giving us great value for good money. You don't have to step up to these crazy high-end Mazdas. I mean, just the 20K to high 20K range cars, they have done a great job in making them quiet, comfortable, and handle great with very good powertrain options. I mean, I still like the naturally aspirated 4-cylinder Mazdas. Even those are great as well. Another new feature for the CX-90 is going to be the available new 21-inch diamond cut wheels. They look pretty good, pretty similar to that BMW X7 rim. They're also continuing to utilize high quality materials like Nappa leather, wood, and tone-on-tone fabric. So I really do appreciate that fabric-like material on that door panel. I think that's very interesting and unique. Regarding the technology, they are offering larger displays like the center infotainment. It's going to be a 12.3-inch display. And we also have more USB-C ports, especially in that third row. And if it's anything like the CX-9, you know, I can fit in the third row of a CX-9. I am 5'11" personally, and I can fit back there. However, the only complaint I had with the CX-9 Mazda is the fact that the width wasn't really that great. Here for the new CX-90, I'm sure this is going to be a wider cabin space as well. At least it looks that way. And a bunch of safety features, you know, all the important ones, they made that standard, right? Like the blind spot monitoring, the smart brake support, radar cruise control, you know, all these things, they have made that standard. Mazdas tend to be one of the safer cars on the market as well. You know, they are usually IIHS top safety picks. I'm sure the CX-90 is going to follow suit. But as nice as this car is, this is going to be expensive, most likely, right? I mean, just look at the CX-9 topping out at 50 grand. There are people out here paying 75 grand for a freaking Kia Telluride. Not that that's a bad product, it's a great vehicle, but it ain't $75,000 worth of great. But there are people out here paying that, and for a Kia. And let's keep in mind, Hyundai and Kia were literally the most hated car brands in the United States. Yet they made a name for themselves, and now look at them. They're selling Tellurides for 25K over sticker price, and there are people out there willing to pay for that. I mean, even if a fully loaded CX-90 was like 65 grand, I don't know, maybe there's a market for that, but that's why you're here. I mean, let me know in the comment section, would you buy this? And I don't even think that this is going to lease out very well because this is a new product. Usually the best cars to lease are the ones that are, you know, kind of on their way out, right? But we'll just have to see. But the product is legit. I'm sure people are going to like it. Let us know in the comment section. Have you been trying to purchase this vehicle from your local dealership? If so, how's that going? Leave your thoughts below, and I'll have my next video on the end screen here. Check it out, and I will see you there.